1, 2, 3.
Just believe, yeah, yeah.
Hitting that record button on a regular basis. Screwing up a lot of faces on these haters who be looking my way. Because I keep hitting the record button and I got people who are looking at me like, why are you even doing this? Why are you even doing this? You're not even going nowhere. You're not getting no more viewers than you already got. You ain't gonna pull nothing together. Your little 1,000 subscribers ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Haters. They fear the possibility that I may succeed, because if I succeed, it means they could have succeeded. If not at this, then at something else that they wanted to do that is similar, or that they consider to be on par with this. All of the opportunities that they did not seize, they will feel an indictment against themselves for not having done it because I kept hitting the record button. Now, what I came on here to talk to you about is actually just something to rap about for those of us who are small content creators, and we're all just kind of, there's a kind of a community of small content creators on here who kind of exchange ideas, and I'm trying to help, further that conversation. Whenever we have something to bring to the table, I want to bring it to the table. This is both a comment and a question, and I just want to get some other people's observations on this. But for those of you who are small content creators like us, or even a little larger than we are, I want to take your temperature on how you handle multi-format deliverables, how you handle multi-format uploading. And by that, what I mean is I'm referring to the use of long and short form content, as well as live streaming versus recorded content, and how that plays for your audience. Here's why I bring it up. While you think about what you want to say about that, and by all means say it in the comment section, here's why I bring it up. I bring it up because I experiment with this on my other channel. And as I do so, I'm quickly coming to recognize that there's no one size fits all. My other channel operates in a very unique content niche. And for those who don't know, the reason I don't tell you more about my channel and the reason I'm not directing you to go watch it or any of that kind of stuff is because it's incredibly controversial. That entire niche is controversial, and so I don't even want to talk about it. I'm not even trying to. If you find it, great, but that's on you, and you would only have found it if you were already into that kind of thing. It is nothing sexually explicit. That's the best I can say. I mean, obviously, this is YouTube. Although, anyway, my point is there's nothing universal. Sometimes I hear other content creators larger than myself. This is the thing. They're actually, a lot of the time, they are influencers on the platform. And they will say things that lead small content creators like myself to believe that there is a one-size-fits-all answer to this thing. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. I will hear some of them say, you should not waste your time doing shorts if you're not going to be consistent with your long-form content or your short-form content. What they mean is you've got to be consistent in one of the two. Period. And that thing needs to just be consistent as hell. That's their main point. And I can still vibe with that advice if your point is that if your point is that doing multi-format does not substitute for consistency. But I think what they mean is you cannot get the algorithm to keep treating you the same way. For your let's say your uploads are predominantly long form content, meaning they're at least too long to be considered shorts. They're not shorts, so long form content. Not talking live streaming, long form recorded content. That is primarily what you upload. Okay. That is the bulk of the content on your channel, right? But when you can't upload something that is your normal feature length, you want to substitute with shorts. To me, that is turning out to be a very sound strategy on my other channel. But I can also see how some people are saying the opposite. That cannot be done. You can't substitute with another format. If you're trying to be consistent with long form, shorts are not going to substitute for that in terms of consistency. For me, they kind of are. And so are live streams, but in different ways. So on my other channel, I do all of the above. I do live streams and I do shorts. But the bulk of my content is recorded videos of about half an hour on average. I'm trying to get that average to come down. So lately, I've done pretty good about getting my content to be closer to like 20 minutes. I most recently had a video that was 19 minutes, and it's done quite well, actually. And then I had another video. The video before that was was closer to half an hour, but then the video before that was about 14 minutes. And so yeah, like I've been doing some it's been some interesting stuff, interesting results, to say the least. My live streams usually go for about an hour. My live streams, if I do a live stream, I will stream for about an hour, typically. And then and interestingly, I've seen, so when I look at my metrics on that channel, what I've been determining, because I took a long break until recently from doing shorts on that channel. I haven't been doing shorts in months on that channel. I just haven't been doing any shorts. Decided to get back to doing shorts. I figured, what can it hurt? Because I'm trying to experiment with all these formats. And so I need to do shorts to figure out, hey, like what really does this bring to the table? Obviously shorts get views more easily, which is precisely why, if your goal is to get monetized, which I don't care so much about for that channel. But if your goal is to get monetized, then like, obviously, they have like a way higher view count threshold for you to get monetized through shorts, which makes sense, because It's not views they care about. It's about hours watched. It's about watch time that they care about. So of course the threshold is much higher for shorts if you're going to get monetized by way of shorts. But also because, again, views are easier to come by when somebody knows that they're committing very little time. Haven't we been talking for multiple videos now about the fact that the sense of commitment that people have today is just different from how it used to be. People don't have a sense of commitment anymore. People's ability to commit to anything is so small now. You can't even commit small amounts of time to anything. You can't stand to agree to be somewhere at a certain time in a certain place, simply because the thing you're agreeing to represents 2 hours of your time on a day in the near future, and you're like, I just don't want to commit that much time to anything. I just don't want to do it. I can't tell you I'll be there because honestly, I'm not willing to commit 2 hours to anything right now. I don't have it in me to commit 2 hours to anything at the moment. I just don't want to do that. I'm stingy with my 2 hours. Got more time on your hands now than ever at 2. That's what's funny. Our ancestors had significantly less time on their hands, especially back in the day when they had to hunt and forage and fish for food. You know what I mean? And cultivate the land. I mean, they sun up to sundown, their day was chock full. They didn't have nearly as much time as we have now. And yet they were more willing to commit long periods of time to things. I mean, think about the people who ventured over here. Look at the colonizer. As much as I don't like the colonizer or anything having to do with his role in the story, you must admire the fact that he was able to commit months of his time to a journey that would take him from his homeland to a place he knows nothing about, in hopes of a better opportunity, and he doesn't even know if that better opportunity is even there. But I rest my case. Yeah, I mean, I think back to, I think back to the civil rights movement. We were able to galvanize hundreds of thousands of people for protests all over the country, demonstrations and marches all over the country, back to back to back to back, repeatedly. I mean, this is a time commitment that a lot of people are just not willing to make these days. Black Lives Matter can't demonstrate that frequently and get good turnout because people feel like after they came out for something and they spent their time, they feel like you owe them a long hiatus, a long break before the next time you ask them to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, shorts are no time commitment at all. When people see a long form video of mine on my other channel and they see that it's, over 20 minutes, I think they're like, and I think, now I'm at a stage now where they do click through, but I think they click through begrudgingly because they're just like, oh man. And a lot of them I think, because I can see the percentage, the browse feature percentage of my viewership is so high. I do think probably a not insignificant chunk of that is watch later. People will hit watch later on those videos because they genuinely do want to see it, but they just, man, the time commitment. What? 25 minutes? Oh my gosh. Later. I do want to see it, but later. Sometimes there are movies you really want to see and you don't even watch those because it's like, oh man, that's 2 hours of my day gone. And it's for your enjoyment. So shorts are so easy to get click through. The click through rate is just in general gonna be a lot higher for shorts because you're asking so little of people, they can't help but click through. They don't have a problem clicking through because they're just like, sure, why not? Why not? So they do. And that's that. That being said, like, I'm seeing that, you know, the more that I keep doing shorts, the more views each short gets compared to the last. The same was going on with my live streams. The more views, the more live streams I do, the more people show up for each subsequent live stream compared to the last. And my live streams typically, as if I go for an hour, they're gonna get more views in a day in the first 24 hours than most of my normal content will get in the first 48 hours. That may not be true. But definitely, okay, within the first 24 hours, a live stream is gonna on my other channel is gonna get more views than just a 20-minute recorded video, for sure. The bulk of my viewership comes for the 20-minute video, though, and I'm aware of that. I know that that's the primary thing that they're looking for from me, and so I try to make sure that I deliver that as often as possible. However, my 20-minute recorded videos are very intricate presentations. It's not like the videos we do on this channel. The videos on this channel don't require much effort. They're about to, because we're about to change how we do our videos on this channel. But this, I just set up the phone and hit record. And that's what my wife and I have been doing for the bulk of the time. Although, if you go back to our early videos on this channel, of course, if you go back to like January, you'll see that obviously we were editing heavily on the videos. Like my wife was actually editing the videos for this channel, and she was doing thumbnails that were, like exceptionally well done, because she's actually a whiz at both of those things. But I do that on my other channel, and I don't have the energy to do that for this channel. And also, she and I kind of came to the conclusion that we weren't going to do that, at least in terms of the thumbnails on this channel, because you guys for quite a while seemed like you were responding more to the videos that did not have an elaborate thumbnail. And so we just went with the AI generated thumbnails were beating our elaborate thumbnails on this channel. However, my wife does the thumbnails for my other channel, and her thumbnails over there are, I think, the reason why my other channel took off. It's gotten traction. Let's say that other channel has gotten traction, and that began right around the time that she started doing my thumbnails over there. So she provided me with like a whole thumbnail template, and it's been really extremely helpful. So that's what I'm talking about. But ultimately, yeah, this is something that I think everybody should be experimenting with. Keep this in mind. My primary point: leave your experience. Talk to me about your experience in the comment section down below. But I do think that at least in my experience, what I'm seeing is it depends on your audience. It really does depend on your audience. Shorts are typically going to be worthwhile, of course. I think every format is worthwhile, but to what extent, I don't know. That depends on your audience. Some audiences just aren't going to give you much viewership on your shorts. They're just not gonna, or on your live streams. Some audiences just don't like live streams. They don't. It depends on what's going on. You got to really think about like, who would that be? They don't want live streams? Yeah, some people want a narrative. Some people want a story. Some people want research presented in a narrative format, or I don't know. Like I'm just thinking outside the box. Some people just want you to package a thing, and a live stream takes away a lot of that packaging a lot of the time. So that's all I'm saying. And I'm just trying to kind of demonstrate what I think is going on here. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to show you what's going on here, and kind of pick other people's brains on the subject. Talk to me about what's going on with you guys. Talk to me about your experience down in the comment section. I appreciate you tuning in. I love you for that. Peace.
Hey guys, if you want to join us on this journey to building a multi-million-dollar brand and building your forever relationship at the same time, jump into iGrowMe. It's a community where we're all gonna help each other do exactly those things, no matter what it takes to pull it off. See, my husband and I had a 6-figure income and we lost it all practically overnight. And trying to build again from the bottom has been like a stress test for a relationship. Meanwhile, the cost of living hasn't been relaxing for anybody, to be honest. So that's why it's time to strengthen your relationship so you and your partner are strong enough together to do what it takes to leverage your 9-to-5 income for building a brand that generates big income. We've done it before, so you can do it with us when we do it again. Join iGrowMe as we finish this video. We know you want to. Just click the link below to get into the group and get access to my book, Content Creation Manifestation, as well as the digital planner. We even have a ready-made white label business model that you can brand for yourself to generate income from your phone. So don't waste time. Go ahead and click that link down below. And when I make it, I'ma act up, yeah. Got no support, can come for backup, yeah. This game is rich, some things don't add up, yeah. I'm wide awake, my blessings stack up, yeah.
I hit the scene, my bitch too clean, my wifey say I'm way too clean. Woo, yeah. That's girls with a line in between. Give me those if you know what I mean. That energy and on my team doesn't bring home the bacon like I'm Jimmy Dean. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Doobie da doobie da la di da, live it up, oh baby.